Ahoy there, Legion. Hope Warframe's treating you favorably. Console Squad, y'all just got update 17, so we're crossing our fingers all those Equinox parts drop for you as smoothly as possible. PC Tenno, you might have noticed update 17.3 arrived on Wednesday, and it had some interesting things inside, so let's take a look. The new Diriga Sentinel has been added. This quite oddly oscillating device is all about electric damage, and it's nice to see a new Sentinel again. It'll still likely get flung into the mastery fodder pile by virtue of not being carrier, but it might just warm your Space Ninja heart. While they only showed off a handful last Devstream, they released a new primary weapon for each syndicate. Steel Meridian gets a Heck, Arbiters get Boltor, Cephalon curiously gets a Simulor, which pretty much renders grinding that rep for the normal version obsolete. But at least if you hated playing Pokemon Snap with all them smexy Grineer ladies, now you can avoid doing so entirely. And pretty much as we mentioned in our last recap and review, Parent Sequence gets a Penta, Red Veil gets a Ceranos, and New Loka get a Tigress. But hold on to your butts, because each weapon will cost you 125,000 reputation and a staggering mastery rank requirement of 12. That kind of puts me off, because the weapons need to be overpowered for that mastery requirement, so I think that was a poor design choice. If they're anything like previous Syndicate weapons, if they're overpowered, they're going to get nerfed, and if they aren't overpowered, why bother locking players out of it for 12 ranks in the first place? Then again, the whole mastery rank system's been kind of out of whack for a while now, but moving right along, the next Devstream will feature Conclave changes, and sure enough, we got some tweaks with this update too. Namely, a new dagger mod that provides a lock-on to nearby targets. I'm assuming the auto-aim toggle in the UI is not active during PvP, though it is during dojo duels, which that seems kind of weird. But speaking of daggers, the ceramic dark and heat daggers are all available in PvP now, along with the Karist, Sheev, Penta, Heck, and Ceranos. One of the bigger changes this update is the removal of a lot of Forma from the Void mission drop tables. You will still find it in almost every mission, but for example, in a defense you will now only see it in one of the 3 available rotations instead of in multiple. Sadly, I still saw a few Rotation C Forma, so I'm not sure if those were left in as a subtle troll by DE or what. Also, they didn't actually remove that loot slot, but replaced it with things like cores and keys, so your odds actually haven't increased at all with this change. I'll put a link in the updated drop tables for what drops where. As for fixes, the Quanta and Quanta Vandals can now pop their alt-fired cubes again, which is nice. I would like to see Manic spawns be consistent outside of trials as well, but one bug at a time, I suppose. Also, Loki can no longer pull people out of SharkWing with Switch Teleport. So Console Squad, feel free to abuse the heck out of that as needed while you still can. There's a few other tweaks and fixes, but those are the bulk of them. We'll put a link to the full list in the description for your fine-tooth combing needs. And if our calculations are correct, this video should be going live just about half an hour before Devstream 59, which means about 6 or 7 months from now, we'll be fully primed to make a painfully obvious giggity-worthy joke. So there's something to look forward to. Speaking of, our Devstream recap and review should appear Monday for your perusal, and we might just have a super short bonus video planned for the weekend. Gotta check in with Captain to make sure he gets his approval first. As always, thank you for watching, and catch you next time, Legion. Take care. The new Diriga.